Hello everyone and welcome back to Newegg TV. My name is Paul and today I'm going to be doing an unboxing and overview of this new product from Intel. This is a special limited edition, only available at Newegg.com, NUC, or Next Unit of Computing, if you guys aren't familiar with that particular form factor and design from Intel. This specific one is the DC3217IYR, which really rolls off the tongue. I've just been calling it the Dragon NUC. Now, if you're not familiar with the NUC, this is a device that was released by Intel at the beginning of this year. Basically, it is a very small footprint, low power computer. It is a bare bones, so you are going to need to add a few parts to get it up and running, but it is housing Intel components, of course, and it's made for web browsing, basic computer usage. You could even do some light gaming on it, but you're probably not going to want to use this as a gaming machine per se. Again, this one's limited edition. There's a special design that's up on the top. It's powered by an Intel Core i3 processor. Specifically, it's the Core i3-3217U, which has a 17-watt TDP, which is quite low, so it's going to draw very small amounts of power. It's clocked at 1.8 gigahertz. It's a dual-core processor, but it does feature hyper-threading, so you get 4 threads based on the 22-nanometer Ivy Bridge manufacturing process. And it also features, the motherboard that's in here features the Intel QS77 chipset. Apart from that, we have more specs on the back of the box. We also have the information on the side of the box, which, apart from my product number. Oh, I did want to point out 3-year warranty there. See, it's kind of crooked, but you get the picture. 3-year limited warranty from Intel for this product, so they're standing behind it. And then here on the back, you get a picture of the Dragon. And then down here is the important bits. What's included in the kit, first off, which is the Intel desktop board. Specifically, that's the D33217GKE. You get a VESA bracket, since it's small enough that you can mount it to a standard VESA mount. You get a power adapter included, but bear in mind you will need an AC power cord. It's the same standard type of power cord that you would use for, say, a laptop power brick. So chances are a lot of folks are going to have one of those lying around. If not, they're very inexpensive. You also could add a wireless module. That's optional. You will want, at the minimum, some memory in the form of an SODIMM DDR3 stick, as well as an mSATA drive, because you will want some storage on this device. You can also see the rear I/O right there, but I'm going to go ahead and pull this out of the box for you. Wait for it. Yes, when you open the box, you get the Intel chime that plays for you, which is, it's kind of fun. I've actually unboxed several NUCs at this point, so I've heard the little chime that plays quite a few times. And but yeah, apart from the device itself, which we'll come to in just a moment, you get a baggie of screws as well as the VESA mount, as you can see. So you get a 75mm and 100mm stand of VESA mounting on that. So again, mounting this to the back of a flat screen television, say, or a monitor will give you a smart TV or a smart monitor with a full computer on the back. There's your mounting screws for that. I believe that's all that's in the box. You do get an Intel Core i3 powered by Intel inside Core i3 sticker, which you can affix to the NUC if you so desire. Here's the NUC, protected by a plastic baggie. There's your power brick, fairly small. Again, this is the side that plugs into the NUC. This is that power adapter side, so again, a standard laptop power adapter for many laptops that you'll find out there for the AC wall plug. You can pop in one of those and then you can power the device. The NUC itself has this feature for this special edition. I'm going to go ahead and peel this plastic off so I can start putting fingerprints on it. And there you go. Pretty cool looking Dragon on the top with sort of a deep red color as well. Power button's located right there and it will illuminate when the power is on. You also get a hard drive activity light right there up on the front. The sides are all black and of course metal housing, which is fairly sturdy. And then here at the back you can see the I/O that you have available. You do get a Kensington lock up there in the top right, which is important for smaller devices like this. If you're in an environment where you feel that security might be an issue, definitely want to lock it down to make sure no one can walk off with it. Some exhaust ports right there for the air as it's moving over the components inside to eject any heat that might build up. There's the AC power adapter input. You get a couple USB 2.0 ports right there. You get dual HDMI ports. I should mention that part of your Core i3-3217U chip that's installed here is included Intel HD 4000 graphics, so you can power 2 displays out of each of those HDMI ports to do a side-by-side or something like that. You also get an Intel NIC, which is 10, 100, 1000, so gigabit network connectivity. And then there's also one more USB 2.0 port located right there on the front. On the bottom, we have 4 feet. They're kind of rubberized, so it will lift it up off the surface that you set it on just slightly, so you can get some air to this vent here at the back. Also provides a little bit of sound dampening and protects the surface that you might set it on. And you also notice that there are screws underneath those. I'm going to go ahead and start removing those so I can show you guys what's inside, and also a quick demonstration of installing the 2 components that are needed to make this a full-fledged computer. So once again, guys, I'm going to set this up just with the bare minimum to get everything up and running. The wireless module is optional. I've got a 2 gig 1333 DDR3 SO-DIMM, the notebook style memory modules right there. It's from Corsair. I've also got a Plex Store 128 gigabytes mSATA SSD. So that's the mSATA interface you see right there on the end. Physically, that is the same as MPCIe. So bear in mind, you've got 2 of those ports in here. One of them is going to work for that mSATA card. The other one is just going to work for an MPCIe card, such as a wireless card. And yes, I'm using a power tool to unscrew this. All right, so with all 4 screws loosened, we can sort of wiggle off the bottom here. And make sure you don't lose those screws because they will pop out. Underneath here, we can see some thermal padding they've added to help dissipate some of the heat, as well as provide some cushioning from some of the components, because there is a bit of a tight fit in here when you're working with a computer this size. There's sort of a quick look at the interior. Now you will notice a couple leads coming off here. This does include wireless antenna, although it does not include the wireless module. If you do decide to add a wireless module to this device, which isn't necessary if you're going to go with a wired network connection, you'll use these as well as the tape to tape those down, and you would connect those to this lower port right there. That is the MPCIe one, that one right there. On top of it is the mSATA one, and that one is where I'm going to be installing the mSATA drive. Also over here, up on this side, we have our 2 SO-DIMM slots along there. And again, those are kind of stacked one on top of the other. And this does support up to 16 gigabytes of memory if you go with 8 gigabyte DIMMs. And that's pretty much it as far as installation goes on the inside. So first off, we'll go with the memory. And this is really a fairly simple process. If you ever installed this type of memory, just bear in mind there's a little notch right there. And you simply line that up with the notch in the slot. You start kind of down at about a 45-degree angle to push it into the slot like that. Push down like so, and it snaps into place. And then you got your memory installed. So that's all good to go. Let me just flip this around here so you guys can get a better look at this longer slot. So this longer slot matches up with this screw right here. PCIe slot down at the bottom, or the MPCIe I should say, lines up with this screw right there. So I'm going to use sort of a smaller screwdriver, which is a flathead, even though this is a Phillips head, but actually, you know what, I brought it back up. There we go. So a somewhat small Phillips head screwdriver is required for this. Try not to lose the screw. There we go. And then the mSATA drive installs similar fashion to the DDR3 DIMM. Just pop it in like that. You'll notice it kind of sits up. We just push it down flat onto there. And then we take our little tiny screw and line it up with the little tiny hole. And take our screwdriver and screw that in. And then we should be good to go. So again, once you got your storage and your memory installed, that's pretty much all you would need to get this going, but of course you got some additional options if you wanted to install more memory, for example, or if you wanted to drop in a wireless card underneath your mSATA, you could do that as well. And that is going to wrap it up for this video, guys. Once again, we've been taking a closer look at the Intel BOXDC3217IYR, aka the Dragon Nook. I'm Paul with Newegg TV. If you enjoyed today's video, you can find more on our Newegg TV YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit the like button right down there. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you all next time.